wakes like a creature that needs my eyes to breathe. On the left tile, a headline refuses to blink. Urmia Lake has disappeared. The photograph is a bone-white tessellation, plates of salt where ripples once rehearsed light. On the right, a red ribbon crawls under a muted siren. Missing girl found. The same mouth shapes both sentences. Xiao She, then verschwunden, then missing. One word wearing different teeth, returning, returning, returning. I lean into the glow until it writes sharper bones across my cheeks. A detective's voice slices through, consonants like gravel. Last sighting, 16 hours, aliases. His words overlap a reporter's breath, vowels dusted with drought. Salt storms, livelihoods collapsing, families displaced. Their voices braid into a rope that pulls at me. Every name, Amini to Mimi, lands like a mask I once tried on, then left behind. The notebook waits, pale as a hospital sheet. I begin copying disappearances as though they are a new scripture. Verschwunden, the last and pulls ink, a black eye refusing to blink. Xiao She, the strokes cut windows into the page. Missing, the tail drags, carrying night. I do not choose the order chooses me. It lands in the cadence of my childhood roll call. Third row, third name, mine. The pause the teacher always left, a fraction longer, as though silence itself had been called. My phone wakes. The map app unfurls a blue filament, ignoring asphalt. It threads through hallways that smell of chalk and mop water, descends stairwells where I once measured my knees against distance, then stops, not at water, but at a sound. My first name, uncut, unshortened. The diacritics shimmer, waiting to be pronounced. The panes shift languages. Der Urmia See ist verschwunden. Urmia Lake has disappeared. Wo mir hu jing, Xiao She. Each flicker lands offbeat, yet always inside the hollow between my heartbeats. A global metronome ticks in my ribs. My breath hides in the upbeats so the downbeats stay empty. Messages bloom. The publicist. Keep the hush. They lean in when silence does the lifting. Then, give them bleed. Let your mouth borrow tongues and return them so no one feels locked outside. The apprentice. Say lake again. I whisper it until the consonant thins, until the vowel deepens like a well. Breathing close to the mic. The corner camera opens its red dot and refuses to blink. My reflection spreads across the glass, duplicating until I can no longer tell which face is mine. When I lift a hand, fingers branch into tributaries that vanish into dark water. My face becomes coastline, a border without negotiation. A liaison's message cuts across. Index of disappearances requested. Sequence may be relevant. Index's finger and list and spine. I feed them my vanishings. Verschwunden, Xiao She, missing, Disparu, Ishasnuvshi, Sarajim, Kaf. Between each, I leave a breath long enough for the teacher in my chest to call another name. A thumb rises in approval. Could you go? The official types, not aware, only a direction. The car kneels before me. The driver studies his dashboard, where the lake is still a cartoon bruise of blue. You sure? He asks, cautious as a match. I nod. The vehicle exhales and resumes its mechanical breath. Streetlights count vertebrae along the glass. My reflection multiplies until the braver version steps forward to replace me. The apprentice taps my wrist. Save your voice for the flats, as though voice were a wick to be rationed. The dash sticker warns, smile, you are on camera. I bear teeth that make no promises. Work, the driver risks. I let a yes crawl halfway up my throat. He rescues us both, all of us. Night places its palm on the window and drags beside us, a second skin I will have to return. The app does not chime when the road ends in silence. The driver looks at me, then at his screen. Here, he says, uncertain. I overpay him, needing reset without apology. Horizon refuses a shape. My breath folds itself into the spaces the metronome leaves unclaimed. Describe. The official vibrates against my chest. I lift the phone. Salt plates stare back, ruthless geometry. Fissures veer like alphabets that forgot their words, veins without a heart. A mirror smashed before anyone saw themselves, I whisper. An eye chart for ghosts who refuse to admit they can read, silence written until the page tears. The reply is keys hammering tin, policy trying to cage weather. Turn it, the apprentice insists. I obey. My face blooms across glass, hollow-eyed, horizon blazing behind me. The publicist, hold, let it land, then give them a word from far away and reel it back, so I do it soft. Disparu, and it collapses into vanished. Saragiosta, and the air translates it to lost, KHTI, and the ground insists, missing. The wind thumbs through my notebook. Vanishings lie flat like vertebrae. I kneel. Salt presses its teeth into my knees. And then, her voice, impossible, tender, absolute. Tao. It taps at my sternum 3 times, 4. The flats arrange into a classroom grid. Desks, aisles. My knees find the spot I once guarded with a backpack. The fissure at my shin is the aisle I imagined as a river. The shallow hollow where the wind moans is Xiao's absence rehearsing itself. Where I kneel is mine. The salt has kept it better than I did. I shape an answer. Tao. The air erases it. Again, again, until my syllables are only breath. The apprentice. Once more. I try, softer, as if light might catch it. The publicist. We're climbing. Don't cover it. Let the place write you. A page arrives, carried by its own weather. White, ruled, obedient. It halts at my knee. Names stretch across it. 3rd from the top, mine, the one I wore that year. Beside it, an empty square. My hand trembles. The crack beneath me lengthens by a hair. The metronome ticks directly between my pulses. The phone glows like a witness. The map declares, in a voice stolen from an arcade. Arrived. A sound that rattles like a coin in a tray. I press the pen to the square. Ink blossoms into a dot, black and final. The world holds its breath. On screen, my face opens wider than I knew it could. My reflection hesitates, then smiles without me. The apprentice inhales sharply. The official names me by every version, from present back to the first. The publicist stays silent, weaving quiet into fabric. I lift the register. It stiffens into a map of boxes. The flats mirror it back. My reflection slips across paper until I am both proof and parchment. What do you see? The official demands. My mouth is dry sand. Mouths, I say. The ground is a field of mouths, some open, some shut, rehearsing how to ask and how to stop. Say your name, the navigation whispers, kind as a knife. I hold the oldest one and let it dissolve. It tastes of chalk after rain. A breeze sketches the first letter across the salt, then scrubs it out, erasing even the gesture. Inside my skull, the headlines refresh like a heartbeat. Urmia Lake has disappeared, missing girl found. Both mouths the same, devouring absence, producing absence. Found rings hollow, like a coin shaved thin. Found means someone answered Tao until their throat bled. Found means I owe the air a word it can keep. I stand. The flats flex beneath me, elastic but unbroken. East, a corridor, desks rising from cracks. South, overlapping plates, 2 palms rehearsing applause. West, darkness teaching darkness how to spell excuse. North, the sky refusing to end. The blue line in my pocket thickens into a pulse. Begin, it writes. Continue, continue. The repetition launders command into ritual. At the centre, kneeling is inevitable. The god of salt prefers posture. Say it, navigation urges. The official stills his keys. The publicist A crack under my kneecap lengthens. A flake lifts, drifts back. The door of the room closes, though I never saw it open. Headlines match each other line for line. Urmia Lake has disappeared. Missing girl found. The same mouth, tireless. The black tide rises toward the frame, precise as a schedule. The sentence I have refused climbs my throat. The apprentice breathes like someone watching a door half open. The official lowers his voice to a murmur. The publicist's silence pulls taut as cloth. My lips part. The camera leans closer, and the screen cuts to black, a heartbeat before I speak. On the final frame, words flare. Sui hu xiao she de ren, ju shi wo.